Hey, hey, hey. Time for another Out of This World story from rSpace. Is it cheating if you just want to make things fair? You know, a little tit for tat, to keep the scales balanced. Today on rSpace, when it comes to love and betrayal, fairness might just be the ultimate goal, or a slippery slope into chaos. Am I the a-hole for asking my husband if I can cheat on him after finding out he cheated on me? I, 32 female, recently became a mom to a beautiful 3-month-old baby girl. I live in a big Indian joint family, and I feel really blessed with how much love and support I've received from my in-laws. My husband, 32 male, my in-laws, 2 brothers-in-law, 3 sisters-in-law, and a few teenage nieces all live under the same roof, and my in-laws truly treat me like their daughter. My husband and I have been married for a few years, and I honestly thought we were solid. The trouble started during one of our family's regular dress-up nights, a fun little tradition we have where everyone in the family dresses up and spends the evening together, laughing, taking pictures, and enjoying each other's company. I especially love these nights because of my nieces. They're teenagers, and it's always a blast seeing how excited they get about picking out outfits and having fun. However, during this particular dress-up night, my mother-in-law pulled me aside. She seemed a little uncomfortable, but told me there was something I needed to see. She showed me some WhatsApp messages from my husband had mistakenly sent to her instead of another woman. He had sent them thinking they were going to this woman, and they were clearly romantic and suggestive. From the way the messages were worded, it was obvious he had been having an affair with her. My mother-in-law said he probably deleted the messages for him instead of for everyone, and didn't notice. When I confronted my husband, he didn't deny it. In fact, he admitted that he had been cheating on me. What hurt me the most was how he tried to justify it. He said that men have needs, and because I was pregnant and then recovering after childbirth, he wasn't getting what he needed from me. He claimed that it was just physical and meant nothing. It felt like he was brushing off my feelings as if what he did was no big deal just because it wasn't emotional for him. But it was a huge deal for me. I was shattered. Here I was, still recovering from childbirth, physically and emotionally exhausted from taking care of our newborn, and he was running around behind my back. I was angry and hurt beyond words, and in the heat of the moment, I lashed out. I asked him, if it's just physical, should I go find someone else too? I wanted him to understand how it felt to be on the receiving end of betrayal. He got furious. He stormed out, claiming I was being disrespectful and that I went too far by suggesting I could cheat on him in return. Now here's where things get complicated. My in-laws are all on my side. They are furious with my husband for what he's done, and they've made it clear they don't support his behavior. They've definitely been incredibly supportive of me and our baby, which I deeply appreciate. They are even on my side if I decide to divorce him. However, when I talked to my own mother about this, she told me I took things too far by saying I'd cheat on him. She said I should have handled it differently without stooping to his level. But that wasn't the only thing she told me. Apparently my mom had known about the affair for a while. She had seen my husband with this other woman at some point, but didn't tell me because she didn't want her granddaughter to grow up without a father. I'm devastated. Not only did my husband cheat, but my own mother kept it from me. I understand she had her reasons, but I feel completely betrayed by the people closest to me. Now, my husband is upset, claiming that my comment about cheating on him was out of line, even though it was made in the heat of the moment, fueled by his betrayal. My mom also seems to think I went too far, even though she knew about his affair and chose to stay silent. So here I am, trying to make sense of everything. My in-laws are on my side, my husband is mad at me, and my mom thinks I should have kept my cool. Am I the a-hole for asking if I could cheat on my husband after finding out he cheated on me? Should I have handled this differently? Note, I never want to cheat, it was just to make him understand how crazy he sounded. Update. Hey everyone, it's currently 3:35 a.m. and I can't sleep. I'm lying here in my in-laws' house, and the only ones who seem to be sleeping are the kids. I just needed to share what's been happening since my last post. First of all, thank you for all the supportive comments. They've really helped me feel less alone in this mess. So, after I posted my original message at 1 a.m., I couldn't shake the feeling of guilt that was swirling inside me. My mother keeps insisting that my husband's cheating was a one-time mistake, and I should just stay for the sake of our daughter. But I know deep down that it's so much more complicated than that. Finding out about the affair was a blow I never saw coming, especially during our family dress-up night when my mother-in-law pulled me aside to tell me. Since then, my in-laws have kicked my husband out of the house, and they've been incredibly supportive. They really treat me like family, which is a relief because my own dad was more of a ghost in my life than an actual father. It's hard to explain how grateful I am for their support during this chaotic time. They've stepped in and made it clear that they're on my side, which has been comforting. But I can't shake the feeling that I need to figure out who his affair partner is. I have this nagging suspicion that it might be my best friend, Tara, as I saw him use that name in some of the texts he accidentally sent my mother-in-law. The thought makes me sick. I don't want to believe it, but it's hard to ignore. In the morning, I plan to have a serious talk with my husband, but I also need to talk to a lawyer about divorce and custody. I've worked hard to build my own career in finances, so I know I can support myself and my daughter, but it's still crazy to think about what the future holds. I'm trying to remind myself that I deserve better than this. My mother's voice has been echoing in my head, urging me to think about my daughter, but I need to prioritize my own happiness too. Staying in a relationship built on lies and betrayal isn't healthy for any of us. I want my daughter to grow up in a loving environment, not one where her parents are constantly at odds. I also need to confront my mother about the fact that she knew about my husband's cheating and didn't tell me. She claims she didn't want my daughter to grow up without a father, but I feel betrayed. I have set boundaries and made it clear that I need her support, not just for my daughter's sake, but for my own sanity. For now, I'm staying with my in-laws, who have really embraced me during this time. It feels nice to be a part of a family that genuinely cares for me. I think it's important for my daughter to have a relationship with them, especially since my own father wasn't really a father figure in my life. Thank you for being here for me and for all the kind words. They mean more than you know. I'll keep you updated as things unfold, and I hope to find the strength to navigate this storm. It's super frustrating to find out that your mom knew about the affair and didn't tell you. It's understandable that you feel betrayed. Who wouldn't? Secondly, his excuses for cheating are unacceptable. Just because you are pregnant and recovering doesn't mean he gets a free pass to betray your trust. You deserve a partner who respects you and stands by you during tough times, not someone who runs off when the going gets tough. Ultimately, you have to prioritize your own well-being and your daughter's happiness, and if that means leaving him, leave him. Update 2. Hey everyone, it's 9 a.m. now, and the events of this morning have left me feeling completely drained. I can't believe how much has happened in just a few hours, but I wanted to share this latest update with all of you. Your comments and support have been a lifeline for me, and I can't thank you enough for your words of encouragement. So earlier this morning, my husband actually had the nerve to show up at my in-laws' home with the side chick. I still can't get over it. Who does that? He knew how devastated I was, and yet he thought it was a good idea to bring her here, to our home, like it was no big deal. And get this, it wasn't my best friend Tara, but her name was also Tara. What are the odds? I swear it felt like some kind of twisted joke. My father-in-law was absolutely livid. As soon as my husband and his new girlfriend stepped foot inside, my father-in-law didn't hesitate. He kicked them both out on the spot. The fury in his voice was something I've never heard before, and honestly, I was glad to see it. My in-laws have been nothing but supportive since this whole mess started, and I'm incredibly grateful to have them on my side. But what really hit me hard was my husband's reaction towards our daughter. He didn't even look at her, didn't ask about her, didn't show an ounce of affection. It was like she didn't exist to him anymore, and that just shattered me. How could he be so cold? How could he just walk away from his own child without a second thought? It was as if the affair had flipped a switch in him, turning off any remaining love or care he had for our family. After that awful confrontation, my father-in-law took matters into his own hands. He immediately contacted a lawyer to begin the process of removing my husband from the family inheritance. Instead, he's planning to put our daughter's name in his place. That decision floored me. I never expected my in-laws to go to such lengths to protect us, but they made it clear that they see me as their own daughter and will do everything they can to make sure my daughter and I are taken care of. It's overwhelming, but I'm deeply touched by their support. As for the divorce, things have moved quickly. I managed to speak with my friend's dad, who's a lawyer, and he walked me through what to do next. Since divorces in India can take anywhere up from 6 to 18 months, he recommended creating a legal agreement with my husband to cover the interim period. This agreement has several important clauses, all designed to protect me and our daughter until the divorce is finalized. Here's what we've put in place. Living arrangements. I will continue to live with my in-laws until the divorce is complete. This ensures that I am in a safe and supportive environment and there won't be any more drama or accusations about infidelity. No access to our daughter. My husband will not be allowed in contact with our daughter during this period. Monthly financial support. My husband is required to provide a fixed monthly amount to support me and our daughter. While I have my own job and finances, this will help cover the extra costs of raising our daughter and ensure we're not struggling during the divorce process. Behavior clauses. My husband also agreed to some behavioral clauses, including not bringing the side chick anywhere near our home or child and maintaining a respectful distance from me and my family. This was important because I don't want to deal with his drama while I'm trying to move on. Legal fees. He also agreed to cover a portion of my legal fees for the divorce. I've worked hard for my career, and every bit helps in this situation like this, especially how long and expensive divorces can be. Here's the shocking part. My husband signed the agreement without any argument. No fight, no pushback. Just signed and walked away like he couldn't care less. As he handed the papers back to a lawyer, he sneered at me and said, "Get out." It was like he didn't even see me as a person anymore. I had spent years building a life with this man, and now all I could see was someone who wanted me gone as quickly as possible, like I was the problem. I'm still in shock at how easily he threw everything away. Our marriage, our daughter, and our life together. His total lack of remorse is mind-boggling, and the fact that he's already moved on with someone else, proudly flaunting her in front of his family, makes it clear to me that he never really cared about us. He's treating this like it's just a bump in the road, and now he can go on living his new life without any guilt. I can't help but feel betrayed on so many levels. This man was my partner, the father of my child, and someone I trusted completely. Now I'm realizing just how deep his betrayal goes. I guess I was holding on to some hope that maybe he would at least show some regret, some concern for what he did. But after this morning, it's obvious that's never going to happen. So here I am, sitting in the home of people who feel more like my real family than he ever did. I'm so thankful for my in-laws, especially my father-in-law, who immediately took charge of the situation and did everything he could to ensure my daughter and I will be okay. I've already started looking into divorce proceedings, and with the agreement signed, I feel a little more at peace knowing I have some more security until the process is over. Thank you again for all your kind words and advice. I honestly don't know how I would have made it through the last 24 hours without this community. I'm focusing on staying strong for my daughter and building a new future, one that doesn't involve a man who was willing to walk away from everything. Your father-in-law's protective instincts kicking in is heartwarming. It's incredible that your in-laws are stepping up to support you and your daughter so fiercely. Their decision to include her in the family inheritance is a testament to how much they value you both. I can't imagine how devastating it must have been to see your husband completely disregard your daughter. That's the part that really strikes a chord. How can he turn his back on his own child so easily? I'm sorry, OP. Stay strong. You've got this, and I hope you find peace and happiness on the other side of this storm. Keep us updated on your journey. We're all here rooting for you. What would you have done differently? Let us know in the comments below. And thank you for joining us today on rSpace. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. See you soon.